Would you like to sit here, Mr. Stirling? Here we go. Mr. Stirling, why have you decided to put your name to this car?
Because I've had such happy memories of racing it. I mean, that car was virtually unbeatable by any car. It was that fast.
I have to say, driving a 2-litre sports car around Le Mans 24-hour race with a lot of other people going by an awful lot faster is one of the hairiest, dangerous things I think you can do.
Motor racing is a dangerous sport. If you don't like it, you go and play tennis. And, so...
You're probably wondering what an elderly rock god is doing sitting on the stage with 3 enormously brave superheroes. So actually I did come up with a theory which was really alarming, which was that I'd found 3 really brave guys to talk about it, and they said, well, who's really chicken? And so I know, Nick will do. What was the question? It was and the Queen Mother looked at the cars and looked at the racing and so on, and said to Alan something about, oh, my goodness, yes, exciting, but what happens if it rains? And Alan apparently said to her, well, Mum, he says, what I do is I drive into the pits and put a Frenchman in the car.
And I was skidding down, upside down along the road, and my helmet scooped up a lot of dirt in the back, and because of that, my chin strap was very tight, and I couldn't breathe anymore. So I couldn't.
But the problem is, you get in these cars and the racer takes over. It doesn't matter what you're driving. You just can't help but drive these beautiful cars as hard as they'll go.
We've got something like 12 or 13 buttons. God knows what they do. But every one of those bloody buttons is something the driver had to do before they gave him a button.
You're fully concentrated on just driving the car, but you have all these systems that you have to understand. You have to be able to react to it. And you've seen it in Formula One in the last few years where they're so complicated. There's times where the guys don't actually know what to do.
Every single thing a race car driver does in that car is on record, isn't it? With telemetry.
We always blamed somebody or something, so there was no way of telling, And they had this little, when you rev too high, you had this reset button which you sometimes could reach, and you opened your belts a little bit, and you could bend forward a bit, and you tried to get to the reset button. And because the guys knew that too, they attached needles to it.
I would say we have a sort of equivalent in the music industry, which is basically that if you do make a mistake, the advice is always to look really angrily at the bass player.
Mid-age to later age, and there are some real professionals. and Jochen.
He's French, so you could tell.
So I just wanted to say thank you all for coming. Hope you had a great time. And we have 2 more sessions today, and otherwise enjoy the rest of the weekend. But thank you, panel. Thank you, Alan.
Thank you very much.
Okay.